Hello again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Baby Got Scraps, a YouTube inspiration hop. So, listed down below will be everyone that's playing along in today's hop. I made page kits, as you know. This is an orange page kit, and those were the 3 pictures that I'm going to scrap today, along with the sketch that I will be using. I am pulling out, that is how I store my dies. I know, organized, right? Oh, and I had just got those 2 new dies, so I was like super excited. I haven't been able to use the gears, but I was actually thinking about it for this because she's running and it's like kicking in gear. Never mind. Anyway, so these are all the orange scraps that I threw in this kit, and that is just no. We are not going to use no llamas. We're going to use white. So I do just pull out my cute little leather. It snaps up into like a little holder. I'm also going to try, I've been trying for weeks now on different layouts to use those framelit dies, and I finally get it done. I do use them on this one. I got all the embellishments out of my little Ziploc baggie there and stuck it on my little leather holder. And now I'm going to come in and I'm going to trim. I'm going to learn how to speak one day. I promise I will learn how to speak one day. I am making the photo mats for my pictures, and then I'm going to go ahead and get them stuck down. So I'd already trimmed up my photos and I made them 3x3, so I'm going to go ahead and make the photo mats 3.5 by 3.5. And yes, I need to change my trimmer blade. Not real sure if I've done that yet. Probably when this video airs I will have done that, but since I made this layout last night and I'm voicing it over the next day and it is before Christmas still, I'm trying to get ahead. 31 layouts in 31 days, and videoing and editing and voicing over, that takes a lot, guys. So I try to get ahead when I can. So this was back in October of 2020, and my stepdaughter, Whitney, is a freshman in high school, and she's a track runner. She loves it. I don't know why. But anyway, she's really good. She's really fast. And she made the varsity team. So this was them running in regionals, which they did make it to state, which was kind of cool. But it wasn't really state due to COVID. It was just like a invitational, which she placed, I believe, 91st in the state. So out of all the state schools, and I think her school is a Class A or double A. I mean, I think they're at A. They're a big school, so it's pretty darn impressive for a freshman. So this was her running in regionals, and just a couple of those pictures. You guys know I have scrapped a ton of those pictures. So the whole album of her will be running mostly. That's all she was allowed to do. Poor thing. So I do take this other piece and I just trim that down, and I make a little border. It is it's October, so it's fall, so that worked. Also, her colors are orange and black, so that worked as well. The original, I was going to follow the sketch and have the banner strip on the right side of the page, but since she's running and she's always running to the left, I switched it so that she's running onto the page and not trying to run away from my layout, right? I just go ahead and mat those, center them onto, I get some adhesive and center them on and load those 3 on there. And I'm going to come in with the scraps now and grab out my punches and my dies, and voila, they're all done. I do take some of this brown twine and an orange and white baker's twine, and I loop them together. And I do go ahead and thread those both through. Now this is a punch that I have, so it's got a different top, which is what the sketch called for, like different tops. So I did that, and then I have this guy right here, which I'm going to poke a hole in him because he's one of those framelits, and by George, I was going to use that. Now right here is a trick that I use, which I'm sure you guys have all seen before. And if you don't have the little circle reinforcer, I just take a regular hole punch and I believe that's a 1/2 inch circle punch, and I create my own tag hole reinforcers, right? Ta-da! So don't make you watch me do that, but I do get them punched out for all these circle ones, and I get all the twine on, and then I'm going to come back, and now I'm just going to I had them as I was finishing them. I just kind of roughly put them in a line. It was kind of pleasing to my eye. And now I'm going to go ahead and randomly glue some of them down. I am skipping because some of them are sitting on top, some of them are sitting on bottom. Now the one that I had just put on right there, that was a watercolor piece of paper that I had created something on, and it was sitting in my stash forever, so bam, I used it. But that's pretty much going to be the meat of my layout. I come in and embellish just a little bit, but I really let the tags kind of take over and steal the show. I do come back in and add some liquid adhesive onto all of the twine pieces because the brown is like serious twine. Like it's not the baker's twine made of material. It's coarse and hard, and it's not wanting to stick. So I want to make sure that later on it doesn't, like, fly out of the page. So I get those all nicely glued down, and as you can see, I do go ahead and have some of my my embellishment stuck down. I do take this little frame, I glue an arrow onto it, and this picture right here, because there's another girl directly in front of her, I am going to frame Whitney out, so obviously make her more of the focal than the big pink on the layout. And this one right there says do your thing, which running is definitely her thing. I know in all the pictures that you see of her running, she looks miserable. Trust me, they all look miserable. I've asked before, and they say it sucks while you're running, but it feels good when you're done. And I'm like, okay. That one right there says go with an arrow on it. These are like all the things that we scream at her while she's running. So this right here is a little tag, and it says run. And then above it, I have an epoxy piece that says the, and that is going to serve as the title of my page, The Run. I do have a little circle element right next to it that says happy, happy. I have a acetate tag, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember what it says, but it was some kind of inspirational thing. And I'm going to get that stuck down. There's the happy, happy sticker. And I do embellish on my photos, guys. It doesn't bother me. This is a clear star sticker, and I do use stars around the page as well. I'm just going to stick that right up there, and then I'm going to point, there she is, so you can see where she's at in the start. And I'm going to go ahead and get this cute little motivational flag stuck on there. I flip it up and make sure that nothing was forgotten to be glued down. And then I take these 5 stars and I sprinkle those nicely around the page. And I'm looking at it, and I'm going to tell you what, I'm like, whoa, that background is a little bland, right? I did come in and add that wood chip star that I pointed to and glued one other thing down. And now I'm going to go ahead and cover up the pictures. And I finally used up the little baby bottle of that Heidi Swap Color Shine in Mandarin or something like that. I don't know what it's called. I also grabbed out my shimmers in not Sunny. This one is Orange Sherbet. Get that all nice and mixed up, and I'm going to splatter the heck out of both sides of the white cardstock just to make it more interesting, give it a little bit more oomph. It's mustard. The Heidi Swap Color Shine is mustard. I used up the little bottle, and I had got a bigger bottle from the Peach Cheap, so I went ahead and added the remaining little bottle into the big bottle and call that a win, right? And I believe that I add the Dina Winkley gloss spray in cheddar to it as well. Close to My Heart sells that, so if you guys want to pick any of that up for a really nice price, you just let me know. Also, this is a hop. I think I said it earlier, but I want to make sure that I remember to tell you once again that in my description box below, I will have listed all the lovely ladies who are playing along in today's hop. We are doing 31 days of nothing but scrap layouts. The rules are simple. Use your scraps. Use as many scraps as you want, but you're only allowed to use one 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So I made page kits over Thanksgiving weekend, and I just went through my scraps and I did mine by color. Now, towards the end of the month, you will see that I did pull in some of the collections that I just had scraps left of that I wanted to get used up, that I had been using back in the summer during when I had other series going on my channel.